Blessings family is on once again, one more time for your mind. It's Monday, it's kickoff time. That's right. We don't get up with the wrong attitude. Remember, the way that you start out your day is what paves the way. It's your favorite power couple in the building. Yours truly, Amar Mari and
Queen Amani Amari.
In the building, you know what it is. We are the founder and co-founder of Iwa Movement. Iwa Movement is your Yoruba word, Iwa, which means gentle character. Ire, which means good character. So we focus on both of those. Iwa Movement, we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Happy African History Month to everybody. We want to give thanks to our ancestor Carter G. Woodson for ensuring that our people are restored back to our traditional greatness. With that being said, we got a sale going on our Kevlar Lifestyle where we have 10% off on the entire store. Today's topic is going to be fire. All right, it's takeoff time. I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few seconds after this short commercial break.
Service your African men's and women's clothing, accessories, health, and wellness product needs. Visit alkebulanlife.com.
That's right. Click on that link. Go to El Cabalon Lifestyle and enjoy your African men's and women's clothing, women's accessories, health, wellness products for your needs. Enjoy that discount code History 10, and it's on once again. Again, we're talking about takeoff time, but before we begin, we want to give honor to our Agun, which is our ancestors. We want to give thanks, Adupe, all right, to our Agun, again, our ancestors. We want to thank them for fighting to maintain and to regain our traditions, our spiritual, physical, financial wellness, and our land back. So we want to give thanks unto them for all of them who made such great sacrifices for us to be able to enjoy the wonderful benefits that we have today. It is because of them that we are where we are today. And we want to continue on that legacy, like in Black Wall Street. You understand what I'm saying? Where we focus on helping our community to build generational wealth via business and investing. And how we do that is bringing people on the platform, Synergetic Network Group, LLC, where we bring on subject matter experts who are experts in both of those arenas. We do the program every Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wealth Building Strategies program. All right, so you don't want to miss that. Okay, definitely tune in on that. All right. All right, so now to it. Who we have out here? If you would please be so kind to let us know what city and state you're tuning in from. That'd be great. Again, what city and state you're tuning in from, that'll be great. All right, family. So we're going to deal with takeoff. All right. We want to deal with the definition of takeoff. As I said, the title is it's takeoff time. Right. So, you know, how many of us have had, you know, to get on a plane. Right. And we know there's a set time for the plane to take off. Right. And we know sometime that certain things happen where it's chaotic. Sometimes the flight is delayed, you get a layover, or, you know, they waiting on somebody to come. It's time to go, but they waiting on somebody else and you ready to take off. Why? Because you got to get where you need to go. Right. So, you know, you sitting there thinking like, man, I got to get here, man. Please let them come. Why? Because you know what you need to do and what you need to do and what time you need to do it by. Right. So, you know, you like, please, let's go. You understand? How many of you have got off of a flight?
Anxious.
You had to transfer, okay, to another plane. And man, you had to take off. You know, you had to take off to get to that next flight. Why? So you won't miss that flight. We're going to talk about that today. You know, we're going to talk about not missing our blessings over ourselves and others, because we got to understand sometimes it's within, it's not always on the outside. Sometimes it comes from the inside. You understand what I'm saying? So we too can be that burden, okay, to our own selves. You understand? So we're going to talk about that today. Take it off, okay? Take it off. It's too heavy.
That's right.
You got to take it off, family. So we're going to talk about what the definition of takeoff is. And I looked it up, this Aya, man, and I love the definition of takeoff. You know, Merriam Dictionary, it says it's a rise. I love it. A rise or leap from a surface in making a jump. How many of us need to take that leap of faith?
Yes.
How many of us is stagnant because of doubt?
Yeah.
How many of us is stagnant because of fear? How many of us is stagnant because we're discouraged because we seen somebody else try it and they didn't make it, so we like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played a game where somebody was trying to jump over something and your friend didn't quite make it across. Now they ain't make it quite. They ain't make it across. They went in the ditch. You understand? You was like, nah, bro, I'm good. That's all it takes. I'm good. You understand?
Exactly.
So you know,
I learned from your mistake.
There you go. I learned from your mistake. Philly in the building. Thank you, cousin Luella. C. Williams for tuning in. Grand rising to you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. So the rest of the definition is, it says in making a jump or flight or an ascension, right? How many of us are trying to ascend rather than descend? This is the reason why on the flight, they tell you only can put so much baggage. You got to only have so much. You only can rather have so much weight, because if it's too much weight, then the plane will go down. You understand what I'm saying? It won't ascend, right? You got to take it off, right? You got to take it off so you can ascend, right?
That's right.
So it also says, I love the other definition. It says an action of starting out. Takeoff is an action of starting out. Okay, Cambridge definition is this. It says to leave. I'm out. Deuce, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Right?
Yes.
And it says to take off, also to leave suddenly.
We in South Florida, we call it get ghost.
Yeah. To leave suddenly. Have you ever seen somebody get up and pum? They say, yo, where you going? They just take off. You understand?
Right.
That's how it is sometimes, family. It's going to be a straight to the point message today. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get to it, right? Because there are some people that are procrastinating. There are some people who they don't have the confidence. There are some people, you understand, who they like being in that situation. And I know it's surprising to some people, because you would be baffled, like, why would they want to stay in poverty like that? Why would they want to stay in misery like that? Listen, I may not be that old. I'll be going on 45 years old in August. I'm proud to say that, because, hey, I've been blessed, to have survived. I come from living the thug life, so I celebrate life. You understand? Yeah. So because I came from the ghetto, and because I came from a poverty lifestyle, because of my mentality, you understand? I have transitioned from poverty to prosperity.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something, what I can bear witness to, right? Some people, they do a whole lot of talking about they don't want to be in the situation that they're in, but they're not doing anything for them to exit that situation. So if you really want to get out, then why aren't you doing anything for you to exit that situation, right? Some people say, well, because I'm African. Some people say, well, because of my gender. Some people say, well, my family don't have enough money. You understand? What I've come to find is that the law of attraction is real. Think on it and you pursue it, it'll come to you. It'll come to you. Some people think that this is just a bunch of hocus pocus and abracadabra and spookism. But let me tell you something. Spirituality tied into you putting forth the effort, okay, will manifest your vision and your dream. Okay? It will manifest it. You got to understand, accurate education and execution will execute poverty in your life. I'm not telling you it's going to happen overnight like some of these liars that get on here will tell you. Yeah, that's right. Well, you know why? Because my queen and I, we do this in real life. We're serial entrepreneurs. We're real estate investors. We're building wealth for our family. And guess what? It is a process.
That was 20 years in the making.
Thank you. Whoo, you said it.
Yeah.
You said it. You're right, because I served 20 years in the United States Marine Corps.
20 years. And I saved for 20 years.
Yes.
And sometimes people, come on stage and it seems that they did it overnight, when in fact they were stars before they even hit the stage. You see what I'm saying? Because they did the things that they needed to do in order to position themselves. So go ahead, babe. Wow,
that's powerful. I like that. No, go ahead, woman. You're on fire. She's on fire.
No, I think you have something to say.
She's on fire. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, family, what I come to find is that sometimes you got to take off. You got to leave. Remember, one of the definitions of takeoff is to leave suddenly.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to leave people behind. You understand? I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt you. You know what I mean? To see people, but guess what I've learned? They don't have sympathy on themselves.
Yes.
They don't have sympathy on themselves. They waste time, right? They're not researching, right? They're not studying. They're not listening to any audios. Okay, they always got some excuse, right? You understand? And so people like that, you have to take off. It's takeoff time. Listen, it may not be their time, but it's your time.
Yes, I totally agree.
Brother James Wise, he said, that's right. It takes time. Absolutely. And stand by for our interview too. Brother James is going to come on, family, and provide some wealth building strategies for those who are business owners and also for those who are not, in the tax arena and so much more. For stand by for that video. But nevertheless, though, this is what we're talking about. You understand? It's takeoff time, right? We're bringing on subject matter experts like Brother James, okay, who's a professional, who's bringing financial strategies to the community that the only thing you have to do is take that information and execute it. You understand? But there's so many people that sit there and you whine. Listen, understand me, a true grinder, a true hustler, we don't whine, we grind. I'm going to say it again. A true hustler, somebody who's hungry and thirsty for success. I can say this. I served for a total of 20 years. I'm not boasting. I'm telling you, I listened to people who actually bought houses with cash. Hear me what I'm telling you. I'm not boasting, okay? I listen to people who retired successfully. You want to tune in Wednesday too, because it's leading up to the program on Wednesday as well. We're going to talk about success is an excellent teacher. So stand by for that series, okay, that's coming on Wednesday. Nevertheless, okay, I had people who look like me who I seen that is successful, and I asked them questions. What did you do? Listen, I didn't hate, I celebrate. I don't hate, I celebrate. I don't hate, I participate. Hey, I went to Brother Evan Jeffrey and I asked him, hey, brother, how did you make that money? He's a financial educator, right? How did you make that money? See, listen, I can't stay around in the school of broke, because the school of broke, they teach you how to be what? Broke. Do you understand? I don't have time for people who want to sit around and whine and complain about their ethnicity and what the races is doing. It's amazing to me that it's still happening and people are still flourishing in the midst of all this chaos. How? Because they're focused. Yeah, they're focused. Yes. And the multitude of wise counselors, there is safety. If you take heed to the wise counsel, then you began to prosper too. You began to eat the fruit of wisdom. But those who are fools, the tree is very barren. Huh? You got to take heed to wise instruction. And you got to listen to those who you're seeing excel in front of you. But guess what? Some people, unfortunately, because of their jealous spirit and because of their laziness, right? They don't seek, so they don't find. They don't go after it, so they don't get it. And some people don't get it. That's why they don't get it. Get it? You understand, right? So this is the reason why we bring this type of information, because it leaves you without no excuse. It leaves you without no excuse. I went to those who I seen successful and I listened to them. And guess what? I retired with a credit card. And guess what? I wasn't over on my credit card. All of my belongings was paid off. Again, this is not boasting. This is to be a witness to what applying wise instruction will do for your life. Your life will begin to do what? Take off. Right? And you know what you'll do? You'll leave poverty right behind you. See, you'll leave suddenly, you'll take off. When you start coupling yourself with those who are wise and those who are focused and those who have faith and those who endure and those who have courage. Courage doesn't mean that you're not afraid. It means that you step out in the midst of fear and you say, I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm not going to allow fear to keep me from experiencing the land of milk and honey.
Well, I just want to add into that, where there's a will, there's a way. First, you have to have the will in order to reach your goals and your aspirations. You have to have the will, and as you march towards the will, or go towards the will, a way will be made. We have to understand that when you're in motion, a lot of times, I always say the universe conspires to help you to get where you're going. You have to be in motion. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And have, the wind will in fact be in your back. How do I know? I've planned various events, and I know that it all comes together in the end. I just have to start. I have to write my vision, make it plain, go towards those things, and gather the things that I need, and keep going. Keep praying, keep going, keep praying, keep going, and things will come together in the end. But you have to have the will. You have to start. And I just want to go back and I want to touch on something that my king was speaking about. He talked about the takeoff. I want to talk about time. We hear a lot of cliches, only time would tell, and we lost track of time, and it was a waste of time, and time flies and things like that. And time does fly. Trust me, I'm not the age I was 10 years ago. Not at all. And we also come up with time is of an essence. What does that mean? Yes, time is of the essence. Yeah, come on. It says that when I looked up the definition of essence, it says that essence means that it's absolutely necessary. Time to watch your time, it's necessary. To watch where you're spending your time, where you're reading it, and watch where you're spending your time, who you're giving your time to. Who are you spending your life with?
Instead of investing.
Exactly. Who are you spending this time? What are you doing with your time that's going to make you appreciate, instead of being there to with someone that will make it depreciate, or doing an activity that will cause your time to depreciate and you're not getting any return on your investment. You see, and it says that like when a doctor says that time is of the essence, it means that something has to be done before somebody dies or before something negative happens to that person. So what I'm saying here today is that we know that we have to do certain things in order to take off, because time is of the essence, because we don't have time to be wasting time. Mm-hmm. We don't have time to backtrack. We don't have time to doubt. We don't have time to cry over spilled milk. We don't have time to just wander around. We don't have the 40 years to wander around in the wilderness and you don't know where you're going. Mm-hmm. We're saying now that time is of the essence. It's time for you to take off like a hot air balloon. If the one thing, when he was talking, I saw a hot air balloon, within myself when he started talking about taking off. Well, with a hot air balloon, there's ropes that hold this balloon down. You know what I'm saying? That secures it. There's times we have to take these ropes off. We have to take these latches that fasten us to the ground off. We have to serve it notice that you will not hold me down any longer, that I got a destiny to fulfill. I got things I need to do. My children are going to excel. I am going to excel. You will not have a lock on my mind. I will take off and go towards those things that I know that are preordained and predestined for me. You see what I'm saying? That's right. So we have to understand that in order, you have to really, really hold time. Over these past couple of years, we saw through this pandemic and so many other things, how time is shortened for some people. You see what I'm saying? It's shortened for a lot of our loved ones. It's shortened for some other people. Whereas it used to be a life expectancy where we say, okay, yeah, 80, 90 years old, we'll be up out of here. That's not what's happening right now. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we'll say, we're going to have this illness for 2 years and then we going to leave up out of here and go sing with the angels. That's not what's happening right now. People are leaving out of here within 2 weeks' time. You see what I'm saying? This is why every minute you got, you have to act as if it's your last minute. That's why every breath you got, you have to act as if it's your last breath. You have to gather yourself and take, what do you say? Give me a word. Okay. You have to gather yourself and take advantage of the time that you have. All right? Preach on, brother.
It says takeoff. And one thing I like about it when it talked about it, it says to leave the ground. To leave the ground. The That's plane right. is designed to fly.
That's right.
It's designed to fly. Just like a vehicle is designed to stay on the ground. That's what it's designed to do. Now, your mindset will affect you in that way. You can, stay grounded, or your mindset can take you to higher heights, right? So your mindset can cause you to take off, or your mindset will keep you grounded, whereas now you can't accomplish what it is that you have been created to do. And that is to be fruitful and to multiply, to prosper. Some people don't understand that you have a choice to be in the condition that you are in. Although you were born into it, doesn't mean that you have to stay in it.
That's right. That's not your final destination.
That's not your expected end. But it will be your end if you expect it to be.
That's right.
It's your mindset that will release you. Or it's your mindset that will keep you bound up.
That's right. Simple as that.
See, this is the reason why I love coming on here and I love to tell people the backdrop of my life, because I want people to understand that just because we're real estate investors and we have multiple businesses online and you know, we have multiple businesses, you understand? Listen, we didn't start out that way, right? Remember, the plane has to start, right? It has to accelerate before it takes off, right? There's a starting point before the plane take off. So what we have to do, keep on investing, all right, and reinvesting and invest our way out of poverty into prosperity. You have to start. And you may not be in the air when you first start off, okay? But you will never get the momentum. You will never get the traction. And you will never exit, okay, the place of bearingness if your mindset does not conform to a mindset of prosperity. Your mindset has to transform. And also, you have to reject it instead of accepting poverty in your life. People must understand, listen, when you doubt, you have welcomed poverty into your house. When you doubt, you have welcomed poverty into your house. And fear. As you work towards prospering, we can talk about this because we're not just standing still. The deeds that we have prove that we're not just talking. Synergetic Property Solutions LLC is a birthed real estate business, okay, that my queen and I, we toiled, okay, and we poured seed into it. So guess what? You got to pay to get paid. You got to pay to get paid. Understand that. Remember, seed is given to the sower. The seed is an idea. But you have to do something to cultivate that idea in order for you to reap the harvest. Meaning that you have to sow in order for you to reap. Your seed is the capital that you have been giving from the universe. And if you learn accurate financial strategies, when you sow that seed, it will multiply. Life mathematics. If you sow that seed, it will multiply. Investing, learning the stock market, learning about cryptocurrency, learning about these various financial strategies, learning about real estate, understanding that real estate is not just a place that you dwell in. You are a landlord. You own the land. Now that you own some land, now you have set yourself up to build generational wealth because that land, okay, and your home that is on, you got a double benefit. If it's in the right neighborhood, this is the reason why you can't care about nobody say about you moving out of the hood. Because that zip code dictates the price of that home. Understand that. So with that being said, that land appreciates, that house appreciates, which means it gets equity, which means that's money that you can take and reinvest. But y'all don't hear me though. Or like my queen said, use it as a bank. Listen, in-house bank. Bank on yourself. Build up your bank. Listen, and don't pay attention to people who try to mock you along the way because things get a little bit tough. People think you should be quiet because things are not going as planned far as the way you would like it to be. But listen, I personally believe that it's a test of your faith. I personally believe that it's a test of your true hunger and your true thirst after success. I've listened to plenty of men. I'm not talking about no Facebook posers, okay? I'm talking about people who are really millionaires in real life, okay? Like Tyler Perry and you know, Oprah Winfrey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, billionaire now, right? I'm talking about I listen to their stories. I listen to Eric Thomas. For those who don't know, his name is E.T. I listen to people like that. Yeah, people who are not broke and can teach you how not to be broke. And you know what I noticed? That every last single solitary one of them had a obstacle that they had to hurdle before they became rich. Yes. Yes. I don't knock the hustler when the hustler is crawling to make it to success. I don't knock the hustler that's jumping over the hurdle so they can cross the finish line. Because everybody who I listen to, Les Brown, everybody, Lisa Nichols, everybody who I listen to had hurdles that they had to cross before they got to the place that they are. Every hurdle is a step to you going higher. Yes, as the Honorable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, every step gets you closer to your goal. I don't pay attention to the haters. I don't pay attention to the ones who laugh because it's not a Rolls Royce I'm posing with. Listen, I'd rather not fake it and make it than fake it and don't make it. I'd rather not fake it and make it than fake it and don't make it. Oh yeah, we're going to go in today. We're going to go in. I showed you a house that we really do have. I showed you a car that we really do drive. We showed you properties that we really do own. Again, it's not to show off. You understand? Okay, it's talking about keeping it real. See, some people, they want to take photos with cars that they don't own. They taking pictures next to Rolls Royces that they don't own. They taking pictures next to Lamborghinis that they don't own. But ain't no future in your front. Huh? There's so many of these artists that's out here that's broke. Did you watch the New Edition story? Please watch the New Edition story. Please listen to a lot of these artists out here who you think got so much money and they renting that jewelry and renting those cars. Please listen to the New Edition story. When they finished with the concert, they got dropped right back off in the ghetto. I'm going to say it again. I'd rather not fake it and make it than fake it and don't make it. Queen?
There isn't much that I want to say, but I will encourage you. I would encourage you in all endeavors of your life, to go forward, to go towards your dreams. You know what I mean? We all have different paths, but you have to walk the path. You have to start walking. You have to go towards your goal. You have to take off. And time is of the essence. Do it now, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what it feels like, regardless of what they say. If you have a goal to lose weight, start now. Take off towards that goal.
That's right.
If you have health goals, go ahead. If you have financial goals, go ahead. If you have educational goals, go ahead. You got to start somewhere. Don't let fear stagnate you. Don't be stuck in a place where you can't move. Face your fear. Face what we call that enemy, the one that talks to you, the one that talks down on you, the one that discourages you. Face it and say, this is what I'm going to do anyways. I'm going forward. And as I stated before, there's wind start to get in your back, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? There's motion. You get help. The universe conspires to help you as you go towards your goal. I know what I'm talking about. I don't often give testimonies, but, and I won't today, but I know what I'm talking about. Go towards your goal. Reset your mind so you can draw towards you those things that you need. Have faith. Keep moving.
That's right. And remember, family, that it's not about what people think. And it's not about what people say. You understand? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I would not be where I am today if I was waiting around on other people to get it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay? It's your time now. And you have to understand that. It's nothing wrong with loving your family, but sometimes we are too attached. And like my queen talked about the balloon earlier, some of us are too attached where we can't even take off. And now we can't help our family take off, because how can another broke person help another broke person?
We're being held to the ground.
How can somebody who can't swim help somebody who's drowning? So you got to detach so you can take off. You got to get out so you can help other people to come out.
Let it go.
You understand? You got to release to receive the release. A lot of times we still holding on, and the universe is trying to, or whomsoever you believe in, is trying to get something better into your hands. But right. You're holding on.
That's right. Let it go.
And you can't even receive because your hand's so tight, because you want to stay in familiarity. Listen.
It's hindering you.
Listen. Your blessing is in unfamiliar territory. Your blessing is in unfamiliar territory. There is unfamiliar information that is awaiting you. That's what you got to do. Listen, keeping it real is following after real ideas that's going to birth real results. That's keeping it real. You know what the reality is? If you keep hanging around broke people, you're going to be broke. There you go. That's keeping it real right there. There go your keeping it real for you. That's why in the Black Billionaires Club, our financial educator, Evan, is helping us to learn financial strategies that's helping a lot of us who come from the same background or who's in the situation that we come from, helping people to go to another level. Yes, I'm going to acknowledge him. You know why? Because he helped us to avoid getting involved in that susu thing. But you know, some of you good with the SEC. That's your business. I'm not. We good. We good over here. You understand? We're good over here. You know what I mean? So you got to connect with individuals like that. Okay, that's getting this money in real life. And not just on here, faking it, and nah. That's fool's gold. It look real, but it's not. No, I need to read books like some of you may not like them, but Robert Kiyosaki, teaching you how to be a sophisticated investor. You understand? Listening to brothers like Max Maxwell, who's in wholesaling, who wholesaled his way to millions. This is what I'm telling you. So many of us, we got to grow up. We're grown, but we're still trying to be with the in crowd. Listen, how are they the in crowd when they're out of the circle of prosperity? So they're not the in crowd. They're the out crowd. Don't you understand? That's why they're out. They're counted out of the 1% because they don't have the in crowd information. So I can't see how they're the in crowd when they broke. And the only thing they want to do is sit around and argue and listen to gossip all day and all that other foolishness that doesn't contribute to anything but foolishness and doesn't contribute to growth, but just simply keeps them there squandering around, wandering around, complaining about what the government not doing. You understand? Complaining about you. All right. Okay. When you going to figure it out? I'm going to tell you, I learned the lesson. Let me tell you a personal one. I'm going to just leave it at that. I done seen, okay, that you need to work for yourself. That's all I'm going to tell you. And my wife, she know what I'm talking about. I done seen that you need to work for yourself. All right? You got to work for yourself.
You know what? Funny you should say that. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, I'm unemployed. Thank God I'm unemployed. And for one reason is because we have a blizzard. I don't care what they say. It's a blizzard going on outside. That's why I keep looking out there. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. But if I was, they probably would have gave me a snow day today or what have you. But there are a lot of things that I'm pursuing personally in my own personal life that would have been hindered had I had a 9 to 5 to go to. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a job, because trust me, you can use that as a stepping stool, or, you can invest in the right way. That's and right. You can cause it to multiply. And I needed that in order to get to where I am today. There's nothing wrong with having a job.
9 to 5 millionaire.
If you're not ready, stay there, especially. But it was a blessing to get up and say, you know what? I'm going to lay here and drink some hot chocolate because this is just crazy.
But nevertheless, family, in closing there, fam, we just encourage you. It's time for you to take off. It's time for you to leave. It's time for you, to abandon. And that's right. That's right. It's time for you to leave that mindset. It's time for you to take it off so you can take off. Do you understand? It's time for you to take that mindset off. It's time for you to take off the chains off of your mind. It's time for you to desire better for you and your family. And this is what we're here to do. We're not here to be complaining all day. We don't, we don't do that. No. It's all about execution around here, because we sing execution, execute poverty. You understand? We sing execution, birth our vision, birth our dreams. We sing what listening to wise people who know what they're talking about, us applying these strategies. Okay, I seen my queen, go from being employed to being self-employed to where people employ her for her own services. I've seen that. I've seen it.
And when we talk about me being self-employed, it's not because I'm dependent on my husband. You see what I'm saying? Because, of course, I hold my own when it comes down to certain stuff. But,
hallelujah. That's one reason why I married a family.
But what I had to do is to find out how much I was making on my job and find out how to generate that much income. And that's exactly what I did. And I was making good money on my job. I was making over $30 an hour on my job, but I had to find a way to generate income that was equal or greater to what I was receiving on my job. Mm-hmm. And because I am an intuitive person and a spiritual person, I listen to the divine that's on the inside that led me to where I should be. And I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful for the insight and for the knowledge of those that went before me that was able to get to let me know or to tell me some things that would help me. You know what I'm saying? And then I could, do the same for somebody else. I know exactly, I'm gonna say what time it is.
There you go. That's a good one. So family, listen, make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We thank you all for tuning in to this Power Couple Empowerment program that we do every Wednesday and Friday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that we do at 10 o'clock a.m. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned in. Also, between Monday and Wednesday, again, what we do is we do spiritual empowerment and economic empowerment, right? On Friday, it is strictly relationship oriented, okay? It's for singles and married, okay? And those who are aspiring to be married, okay? Again, singles, those who aspire to be married, and for those of you who are married. Why? Because some people relationship needs to be healed. Okay. Some people relationship needs to be healed. So we have a wonderful relationship. Not that we don't have obstacles, we do. You understand? But again, that's what maturity does. That's what maturity does. You're able to handle those situations and keep it moving. And as we know, unfortunately, it's not enough households that contain both parents. Okay. There's a lot of division that goes on. Okay, there's like a war of the sexes that's happening. Okay, there's a lot of negative shade that's thrown on African women, and also men. Okay, and so what we're here to do is to debunk that and to change the narrative about love. Okay, amongst us, we are truly in love with each other. I'll shout it from the mountaintops.
Absolutely.
Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me away from you, baby.
Oh,
my queen, the woman of my dream, and that's all that's in between. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know, so hey, man, I tell you, we're celebrating this year, family, is a total of 5 years. My queen and I has been married. 6 years that we've actually known each other in December. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely excited about that. So we can talk about it, you know. We're definitely not newlyweds anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know, again, 5 years, next year be 6. So we're excited. You know, next year be 7 in friendship. So we're excited.
I would say this. Yeah, I hate to cut you off, but it's not that that we're newlyweds. We've been married before. We have years and years of experience between the two of us. You know what I'm saying? We have years and years of experience between the two of us. And we're just grateful that we found each other and that we can go forward in this marriage. But trust me, we have stories to tell.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we do. So again, family, if you'd be so kind to follow us on YouTube, okay, follow us on Instagram, you know, as well. We'll greatly appreciate it. All right. Also, you know, you follow us, we follow back. You know, we don't care how many followers you have. Again, you know, we're not playing this little social media game trying to look. No, if you have valuable content, okay, we're going to follow you. All right, we're going to follow you. We're going to support you. We're going to also reshare if you have a business, okay, or if you're sharing content. It may not necessarily be a business. You may just simply be a blogger. Okay, you're sharing some content that we believe is going to benefit those who listen and or watch, then we will do exactly that. So, you know, it's about love, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to spread the love. We want to help each other out. That's what it's about. Our attitude is servitude. And we out. See you on Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Facebook Live for the Power Couple session. And we are out.